All right, well, hello and welcome to another episode of Douglasville Impact, our community podcast. I'm Jason Post with the CITI of Douglasville, and we've got another great show today. We're going to talk about some fun events coming up, talk about some news from the community, and we're going to talk about the Cultural Arts Council of Douglasville, Douglas County with our special guest and the fun things they have going on. So let's start off by introducing everybody that's on the screen with us today. Let's start off down bottom here with Miss Hayley Chapman.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today, Hayley. Joining us again is Miss Allison Parker.
Hi.
And our special guest today from the Cultural Arts Council of Douglasville, Douglas County is, once again, Miss Emily Lightner over here, I think.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Emily. Thanks for joining us on today's show. We're going to talk about some fun things that you guys got going on and coming up. But first, let's talk a little bit about some news and events that are coming up for the community. Who are we going to start with today? Hayley, Allison, who's got the news? Anyone? No?
I'll start.
Let's start with Hayley then. What's going on?
Well, Easter is quickly approaching,
goodness, yes.
Our Parks and Recreation Department this year is hosting Hopping Hunter on April 3rd from 9 to 11. It's our drive-through Easter event. The Easter Bunny will be stopping by. He's going to help hand out special treats, fun activities, and Easter eggs to hunt at home. So there is a limited number of kits available, so you need to make sure that you register at douglasvilleparks.com for this free event. It'll be very awesome. Super excited to see the Easter Bunny.
Always. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that the parks are doing an amazing job of coming up with some fun activities and events and things that they can still do that are safe until we can really get the big groups back together again. So they've been doing a great job. So kudos to the team over there at the Parks
Hats
Department.
Off. Well, speaking of the wonderful Parks Department, spring break is around the corner as well. So they are offering Kids Day off spring break activities this year. The activities will focus on peer interaction, physical activities, outdoor adventures and crafts. And some of the classes are like junior chef cooking class, a nature walk, art in the park, and fishing. So the classes will take place either from 9:30 to 11:30 or 2:30 to 4:30. And there is a maximum of 10 kids per class. So this is another one you need to make sure that you register for as soon as possible. Again, at douglasvilleparks.com. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I wish we had programs like that when I was younger. Our summer camps were boring. I mean, it was just like go outside, eat a PB&J sandwich.
Watch some TV.
Right.
Like youth chef cooking camp. I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah, the chef cooking one is super cool. And even fishing.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
All right, I'll have to check those out.
Yeah.
But limited space, right? So
There is, yeah.
For social distancing, they're limiting the numbers. So sign up now.
But it will be awesome. Speaking of other awesome things, the Douglasville Police Department is having another free food drive-through food distribution event. Tongue twister. And this is in conjunction with the Atlanta Community Food Bank.
Right.
This one is taking place on April 20th at the police department. It begins at 12:30, and it is a first come first served basis while food lasts. So be sure to get there on time. And a lot like the parks, they're doing, adhering to the CDC guidelines. So you don't have to get out of your car. You just drive up. They put it either in your trunk or your back seat, and just a really great opportunity for the community, for those in need. So
yeah, that's a really cool thing. This is the third or fourth one of these that they've done, something like that.
Yeah, I think maybe the fourth one. So it's been fantastic.
They've been trying to do them as regularly and as often as they can connect with the Atlanta Community Food Bank to make that happen. And it's been great, and a lot of people have turned out. So really good. Awesome. Okay.
And now for super exciting news.
Okay.
We are excited to announce our first virtual Douglasville 4th of July Shoebox Parade. This parade will feature the work and creativity of the community. Individuals, families, schools, classrooms, churches, organizations. nonprofits, businesses, everyone is invited to create handmade shoebox floats to help capture the spirit of the 4th of July. So if you want any more information, please go to douglasvillega.gov, Shoebox Parade. And the deadline is April 2nd. So please be sure to get working on your shoebox. I am so excited to see the creativity that the community will show. So I'm super happy.
We're all excited about this one.
Yeah.
So this is, if you go to the website, if you go to douglasvillega.gov/shoebox parade, you can get all the information, but there's also a form there where you can register and sign up. Give us your information, let us know that you're going to be making one so we can make sure to get you in there. And also lines out. So there's different categories that you can compete, and Allison can chime in and remind me of some of those different categories. So you can compete like as an individual or as a family, local business. As a business, you can get in there and compete. We've kind of broken it down into some different categories, so we'll judge on the different categories. And this is kind of just a fun way to still kind of come together and celebrate as a community. So we've already had some floats start to show up, and some pretty nice looking floats have started to show up. I mean, people are getting creative already. So, but we've also, we've sat down with some of our creative people from the community as well. We are going to have some demonstrations on what you can do to build your own shoebox float coming up as well. So we'll put that information out there just to help, inspire and get you some ideas and stuff. But this is going to be a fun event where it is virtual, but we're going to stream it all live to our Facebook page on July 4th at 1:30, I want to say, is when we'll go live. So while it is a virtual event, we want people to kind of come together on our Facebook page and interact, and we want it to be that kind of community event where people are still gathering on the Facebook on that live event and kind of giving feedback and interacting with one another as well, because we're while we're still not at a place where we can gather mass crowds together for a traditional 4th of July, which is always it's always a great turnout. We always have so many people that flocks to the downtown, and we can't quite do that yet. So this is an awesome option to where we can still kind of connect as a community. We can still get that creativity out there and build a float, celebrate the 4th of July, and celebrate as families and as communities and things like that, and still hopefully the day of come together and interact on that Facebook Live event where we'll be streaming the actual parade. So that should be a really fun day. We're really excited about it here. And about seeing all the creativity that comes out as well. Like I said, the ones that we've seen so far are pretty good, so the competition will be stiff. But yeah, just get creative, get involved, and should be a fun thing. So, and I don't know if we're stepping on somebody else's news or event ideas. We're still doing fireworks that night, though, right? Mm-hmm. So still that night, we'll still be having the traditional, fireworks. They'll be shot off from West Pines Golf Club and will be visible anywhere in the general vicinity. So we're asking everyone to, find somewhere where you and your family can gather and watch the fireworks in a socially distanced, kind of safe, area. So, but it should be a good day. It should be a fun 4th of July. And we're really excited about the Shoebox Parade. Do we miss anything about the Shoebox Parade? Any other details we need to let people know about?
No, I think you covered everything. I will do a plug. You mentioned the video and the creativity that we'll have since Emily is joining us. We'd definitely like to thank the CAC and Emily for partnering with us and providing a teaching artist in the form of Shani Billups. I almost want to say Cheney, but it's Shani Billups, who is a member of the CAC board, and she's also a teacher at Harvester Christian Academy. When I tell you, she did an awesome job. I mean, I left feeling like I could go create a shoebox, and I don't have a creative bone in my body. So I'm looking forward to what will come from that. And I will just say, Emily, we were planning on using the float that she created, but she already said, it's going to be arts in the garden. I said, okay, I guess we can let the CAC have that one. We may have to commission her to do a community relations float, but she did such an awesome job. So we can't wait to share that video with the community.
I love it. And, I'm so excited about this, getting people to channel their inner creativity. And, what we really wanted to showcase is how easy it is to make these. And, so I can't wait to see all of the wonderful creations businesses and people in our community come up with.
Absolutely. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we're going to take all the floats that people submit, and we're going to basically put those together into a parade. So it will be a virtual parade where the floats are coming down our little virtual street. We all have, it'll look like your regular kind of parade with your commentators and stuff. It's going to be a full-on 4th of July celebration. We've got our judges who will be judging the different categories that we've laid out, but we will also be posting images on the Facebook page, and we will have a overall fan favorite category where we need you guys in the community to kind of vote on your favorite float as well. So that's where the interactive part kind of comes in. So should be a fun full day of 4th of July festivities.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Same.
All right, where did we leave off? Hayley? Was that the last?
Yes, that was my grand finale.
Awesome. Good job. All right, well then that it leaves Allison. You got to follow that.
I know. I should have gone first. That's what I get.
Next time I call for volunteers.
I know. I like volunteered Hayley with my eyes, and now I should have just went ahead and jumped right in. Let me first start by saying I'm so excited that we have so many things to mention. It just kind of goes to show that we are headed in the right direction of getting things back going, but so happy that we're able to do so many activities and events in a safe environment. Mm-hmm. And so let me product placement, Go Green Douglasville, because I'm bringing the KDB show here. So the first thing we're going to mention is Earth Day, which is April 22nd. And so to celebrate which Earth Day is a national initiative, maybe international, but I know for sure national, we are asking citizens, organizations, volunteer teams to join us on April 22nd as we help to clean up Douglasville. So currently, as it stands, the time is, I believe, 3:30, and we'll be meeting at the Douglas UGA Extension office, and we will just walk kind of in that area, the Mill Village area, cleaning up and picking up items that are across, around the street. However, if that time does not work for you, it is okay. You just give us a little holler and we will find a time that works for you. We can accommodate everybody. So we definitely, if mornings work for you, if you have a volunteer team and maybe lunchtime works for you, you want to do it during lunch, if you would, just reach out to info@keepdouglasvillebeautiful.org, I believe. We will, our executive director of Keep Douglasville Beautiful, Chan Weeks, will reach out and she will gladly find a time that works for you. So you just let us know. And continuing with Earth Day, spring recycling is happening April 24th. And that's always a really fun event. And it's always been COVID friendly, but now it's extremely COVID friendly. You just pull up. We're going to be at the overflow parking lot at First Presbyterian. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, let's go with it. Check me afterwards. We'll have everything included in the show notes, and you can always visit our website for more information. I'm kind of winging it right now. So First Presbyterian, I believe, and we'll be in the overflow parking lot. And what you do is you have your items either in your back seat or in your trunk, and you just drive through, and we will have so many volunteers present to come and get the items either from your back seat or your trunk. And again, that is Saturday, April 24th. That information is all listed on our website at douglasvillega.gov, or you can view our social media pages. And then also for any of our seniors or our community members who are just interested in getting some additional volunteer hours, please reach out. We would love to have you. And then in addition to recycling, not only can you drop off items, you can also pick up some barbecue, which will also be in the parking lot as well. The Douglas County Lions will have barbecue Boston butts available for sale, and they will also be collecting eyewear.
That's right.
So if you have any specs that you no longer use, feel free to bring those. And I think that's everything for that one.
Yeah, that's the Douglas County Lions Club. And yeah, it is in the First Presbyterian parking lot. And the only kind of caveats to that is what the few items that they do not take at this recycling event: tires, batteries, large kind of automobile parts, car parts, things like that, hazardous waste, obviously, and then paint that's not solidified. That's always an issue with recycling. But, other than that, bring it on.
Also, household recycling items are not accepted. So this would not be the event to bring your paper and your milk jugs. However, It is with great excitement, backed by popular demand. Yes, Hayley, get the pom-poms. Curbside recycling will return May 3rd. Comma. If it does not, you can gladly reach out to our public services department and they will love to chat with you more about that. But in all seriousness, curbside recycling is returning May 3rd. And I know whenever we talk about our spring recycling or our fall recycling, the question is always, what about curbside recycling? So we are so happy to bring it back. We had some changes due to COVID, and we will have a completely separate show where we'll discuss what recycling is going to look like once it's reintroduced. But in a nutshell, we will only be accepting plastics labeled number 1 and plastics labeled number 2. And then also like other items such as newspapers, soda cans. But what we're going to do is really dedicate some time and resources to helping our citizens recycle right. Because the issue that we face is that if recycling is contaminated, if you throw one contaminated item in a full recycling bin, it contaminates the entire bin. And so what we're going to do is share information and make sure that we are putting our recycling to the best use. And only adding in the items labeled number 1 and number 2, what they look like, how to clean them properly. So you will see a lot of information on recycling. But again, Monday, May 3rd is when you can expect to have those blue bins back out. And I want to see a lot of excitement about this because we didn't realize just how impactful it would be to pause and suspend recycling, but we definitely heard it on social media. We heard it through public services department, and so we really want to see everyone get excited about recycling returning.
We're super excited about recycling returning. Yeah, and there have been a lot of struggles. There have been a lot of changes, not just to the service that we provide as a city, but to the recycling industry itself. And that's been a part of the struggles and challenges, is the industry itself is changing what can and can't be recycled. So, look for a lot of information coming out of, we'll do a podcast. We'll do a lot of stuff coming out throughout April, talking about the changes, talking about, what is and isn't accepted. And how you can recognize those things when you're going back toward recycling. So a lot of things that were taken into consideration when trying to figure out how to bring it back feasibly, logistically, and make it work. So, but it is returning May 3rd. Mark the calendars.
Yes.
May 3rd.
In addition to talking about recycling, we'll also be sharing helpful tips on reducing as well, because while we definitely want to push recycling and encourage recycling, we also as a community would like to decrease our carbon footprint. And so there are some small changes that you can make to help with that as well. And so we're working really closely with Keep Douglasville Beautiful, our public services department, something as easy as using a reusable water bottle, reusable eating utensils, reusable grocery bags. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Hayley. Well, why don't I just jump in as well? So just really trying to make sure we are reducing. But don't worry. We're not going to just throw you out there in the woods. We're going to make sure we're really coaching you through this. We'll all be available for questions. And so when we announced it, I think we announced it on Monday, citizens were already commenting, how can I get a recycle bin? And I think one of the residents reached out and her recycle bin was delivered within an hour. So that is how serious we are. Again, hold us to it. May 3rd, Public Services Department. They are ready to hear from you. Which I would like to just take the time to thank those guys, because it's been a very tough season for them with COVID, and sometimes they don't really get the appreciation they deserve. It's been rough on everyone, but they have really, really just stuck it out and done all that they can. And so kudos to Greg Roberts and Melissa Dickinson and that entire team.
Absolutely.
Backtracking just a little bit. So the spring recycling event is April 24th. And the week following, April 26th through the 29th, is our spring cleanup week. And so that is when you can place your large items out on curbside on your regular pickup day. And our public services department will pick up couches. I've seen couches. I've seen dressers. They are not very limited on what they'll accept. And again, you can find that on our website as well, douglasvillega.gov. Mm-hmm. And all the information will be listed there. But you just place those items out on outside, we do want to be careful. We don't want your mailboxes. So please try to make sure you socially distance your items from your mailboxes, because we will not be responsible for any damages that are done to your mailboxes. There's only so much we can do. So if you could, just make sure they are nicely spaced so that we don't pick up your mailboxes and your flower beds.
This is when they come around with the big old knuckle boom, maybe. Is that what they call it? The big claw. It's a big claw machine. So you put all those giant items out there, and they got the big claw that comes out and picks it all up. So yeah, sitting right next to your mailbox or something, it's a big old claw. So it's just gonna grab,
Like in Toy Story.
It's
Yeah,
like in
that's
Toy
what I
Story,
was imagining. The claw.
It's gonna come down and grab whatever, And so yeah.
Yes. So just be careful of that.
Yeah.
And in May, we have an exciting event coming. We will be hosting Parking Lot Bingo, which is going to be so much fun. I'm an avid bingo lover. I mean, if I didn't work full time, you probably could catch me at a bingo hall like during the day with the active adults still trying to beat
Like
them. However,
20 different cards laid out on a table. Is that how
20
you play?
to 25. Yes, you must have 20 to 25 if you really, really want to win. Yes. And you got to have multiple markers so you could just get it going.
You're not just playing for fun. You're like in it to win it.
Oh, yes. We're trying to walk away with some cash there. However, we will be having a fun, not competitive parking lot bingo. It will be hosted at Hunter Park, and we will have all that information on douglasvillega.gov. We'll have a registration form so that we can make sure we order enough supplies, but it's going to be free and available to the public, so we hope that you'll come out and join us, and looking forward to sharing more information about that. And last but not least, Douglasville Parks and Recreation had the honor of dedicating a field at Hunter Park to Douglasville, Douglas County's very own Terry Harper. He is a native of Douglas County, Douglasville, really, both. And he graduated from Douglas County High School. He went on to play in the major leagues. He played for the Braves. I believe he played for Philadelphia.
And some other places. Yeah.
And some other places.
For the Braves.
He played for the Braves. That's really all that stands out, honestly. Yes.
Yeah.
So he
That's all that really
is
matters.
Homegrown. So Parks and Rec decided to dedicate a field in his honor. It was a very nice program. He had his family out, his wife, his daughters, his granddaughter. And so we'd love for you to visit our website and visit our social media pages to see all the events that took place. But he was extremely humble and so grateful for this awesome honor. And one thing that really stood out is he said, I didn't think I would really see this day, because a lot of times these events and dedications take place when someone is no longer here with us. Yeah. So it was great to be able to give him his flowers while he could still accept them. So it was just an awesome, awesome event.
Yeah. And a great guy that is still, impacting, youth baseball in our community, because he still works with kids, and works with, he's got a program where he works with different organizations and stuff. He's like a batting coach and a hitting coach, and he still works with all these kids, so he's still impacting the game, still impacting our community, and especially, the youth sports in Douglasville and Douglas County. So he's still heavily involved. So it's great to have him. We did just do a show with Councilman Davis, Councilwoman Danley, interviewed him and talked about his entire life and his career and all he's done in sports, but also in our community and stuff. So we'll put a link in the show notes as well to that, so you can go back and watch that program and learn more about Mr. Harper and all of his amazing things that he's done and continuing to do. So it's great that they could dedicate a field to him. That's awesome. So very well deserved. All right. Is that everything from you guys down there?
For now.
That's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's awesome that we can actually talk about events again that are coming up that we're going to be able to get out and do. And again, we're still doing it as safely as we can. A lot of the events we're talking about are still kind of drive-through events, or they're socially distanced events, but everybody's getting really creative, and these are still going to be events where we're going to have some fun, where we can still come together and enjoy community and celebrate and have some fun, but doing it in a safe way. It's very positive. The numbers are looking really good lately. All the vaccines, as of tomorrow, vaccines are pretty much eligible. Every adult, pretty much over age 16, is eligible for the vaccine. So we're going to start seeing some more positive numbers, hopefully. That means we can get more and more people together to celebrate and do some fun events. So, but in the meantime, we got some really creative people who are putting together some really creative, fun events in a safe manner. So super excited to be able to come and talk about some things that are coming up. And speaking of fun and creative and exciting things coming up, let's talk a little bit more with Ms. Emily Lightner from our Cultural Arts Council and about some of the things that you guys have coming up in the community. So I know you guys are always having some little events. You guys just had an event this past weekend that's one of my favorites in general. It's an awesome event, right? You had the Mad Hatter's Tea Party?
The Mad Hatter Tea Party promoting literacy. And, you know, it's one of my favorites as well because all of the characters from Wonderland come out and, you know, from many of our children, they believe that is the real Alice and that is the Red Queen. So it brings all of us to our childhood. I mean, it is. I'm sorry. But it is the real Alice.
You make a point to come every year.
They do, just for us.
That's right.
And, you know, it makes all of us, even as adults, channel that inner creativity and childlike that sometimes we just forget about.
Yeah, that's got to be like one of the cutest events ever. And it's been going on forever. You guys, the Cultural Arts Council has been hosting that for
over 20 years.
Yeah, I was about to say it's at least 20 years, as long as I can remember.
It's really fun because we have a lot of grandparents that brought their daughter and now they're bringing their granddaughter. So seeing that multi-generation come through and sharing and recreating those moments, it's just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always fun to see. So that was just this past weekend, but you got some other stuff coming up. So let's talk about some of the big things you guys got coming up.
Yeah, so we have our Spring Break Arts Camp. We're excited to be able to host it this year. And, you know, and just listening to everything that we've been talking about, it makes me so excited to hear about all of these events happening and getting creative to be able to make them happen in a safe way for our community. So with our Spring Break Arts Camp, so we're doing, you know, the same thing. And we have 4 multidisciplinary artists coming in, teaching different backgrounds such as theater, 2D, 3D, music for a whole week during spring break. So that's coming up, you know, quickly right around the corner. I feel like I'm like, oh no, like there's spring break and I haven't prepared for that moment yet.
Yeah, it's spring break. It's here.
So for
so
those
you guys,
parents,
that's awesome.
Yeah, for those parents that forgot that spring break is right around the corner, like myself, this camp is perfect for you.
And it's awesome that there's different kinds. I love to hear it. So like, obviously the cooking one that the parks is doing stood out to me, but so you got a theater camp that's part of your arts camp, right?
Yeah. And then normally what we do is on a Friday, we have a big celebration of success to where we have the students come out and prepare their performance and integrate that with the music and the theater aspect. And then we have a gallery where we put all of their artwork on exhibit and showcase it for the family and friends. So it's going to be a little bit different this year. Instead of that in-person interaction, we're going to film it. And so, you know, it would be a nice keepsake so they can show all of their family, whether they live in state or out of state.
For sure. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, I love that you guys are getting creative, making it work. That's pretty much where we're at.
That's
we're
what we got to do.
do.
So, of course, you know, one of our big things, you know, as a Cultural Arts Council, we are a nonprofit organization and we do 3 fundraisers throughout the year. So last year, of course, we were unable to have them. So we are super excited to be able to have our first one this May, the Taste of Douglasville. But, you know, we knew it was going to look different. And talking with our committee and our board and our staff, figuring out, we've been planning for a long time how to make this happen for our community, because I think we all need a little bit of fun and need to get out of the house right now. So it's going to be May 15th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And instead of downtown Douglasville, we're actually going to have it at the Cultural Arts Center. So it'll be half the vendors that we normally have, doing it on a lower scale this year. And then we'll have our arts and crafts and our better living section. Now, normally our kids corner is filled with hands-on activities, but this year we're going to have each kids corner booth prepare a prepackaged bag of those activities. So you can take those home and do them at home with your family. So it's still going to have the same fun, same family fun, the same great taste. It's just going to be in a new way this year. So the other aspect is with our food vendors, which is, one of the reasons we always talk about we love to eat. And, our community, we love to eat and sample our restaurants and our food vendors. So what we're going to do this year, instead of having our restaurants on site, because, restaurants have taken a hard hit this year. And they've come very far of figuring out and getting creative. And so we talked with a lot of our restaurants and what does that look like for them this year, and how can we help support them? So we came up with the idea of selling a restaurant tasting booklet for $40. So it'll have over $100 of free items in this booklet that you can purchase. You can pre-order them now, or you can purchase them in person at the Taste event all the way through May 21st. So it'll feature like Hudson's and their wonderful fried green beans, or Gabe's and their Cajun egg rolls, or Shane's. So you take this booklet and you don't have to use it all in that one day. So that's the great thing about it, is that you have a whole year. You can, yes.
That would be an awesome day.
Yes. I may be there when that happens. So yeah, that is a food.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be able to pull this together and hopefully drive more business and economic development to our local restaurants and support them during this time.
That's an awesome idea. Yeah, definitely being able to, because you go to the Taste of Douglasville and it's like there's so much food everywhere. And all right, to be honest, you can only eat so much.
Hey, but I sure try to eat it all.
Oh yeah, we try.
We try.
But it's awesome. So with this kind of format, you're able to take all that awesome food and spread it out.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
So Emily, will there be like a passbook for gyms following? Because I may be like one of those people that go like, I don't know, maybe a whole weekend trip.
I think that's a good idea. I think we need to think about that.
Right at the back of the book, there's like a voucher for one week free at a local
1 week
gym.
free.
Right.
Because you're going to need it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. I will say, I'm definitely going to miss the traditional aspect of Taste of Douglasville, but I love the idea of having the passbook and just being able to really go out and help support our restaurants. I'm going to be that person that's like, I need 2 because my coupons are my coupons, and I just want to be able to make sure the other person in my house, has his own book. So we don't have any conflict. I just don't want them bringing the egg rolls to the table and we're having to figure out how to split them. But I think that's
egg rolls. That's not.
Oh, no.
Or you just go to the coupon booklet one day, like, wait, where's my egg roll coupon?
Right.
Oh, that would not end
well. Egg roll coupon.
Yes. I think that is a great way to help support the CAC and help really give back here locally. So I'm really, really looking forward. And I didn't know they were available for pre-sale now. So
yeah, so you just simply go onto our website, artsdouglas.org, and under the What We Do section, click Taste of Douglasville, and they're right there. So you can pre-order it, and then you can pick it up at your availability.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great idea for gifts too, like with Mother's Day and Father's Day approaching.
True.
Like I love getting stuff like that actually. So I will definitely be getting some to give. I need just personally, a few, but to give gifts for sure.
I'm noting that Hayley wants.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh, that sounds good. All right. Well, now you got me wanting lunch.
It's about that time.
So you can go on and order those now, but the event is actually coming up May 15th over at the Cultural Arts Center, right?
Yep. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Well, that'll be a fun day too. Cool. Well, what else you guys got going on? Anything else we want to talk about? Well,
of course, we have our exchanging exhibits every month. We still have that going on, and we're getting creative again. And, for those who aren't able to come in person to the exhibits, we are promoting that out online with a virtual tour of the exhibits. For example, Youth Art Month right now is a nationally recognized March for Youth Art Month. And so we're excited to be able to do that tour for families who haven't been able to come by the Art Center and check it out, but also a great way to expand not just for the people in state, but for families who live out of state that want to see their great grandbabies artwork on display at the Cultural Arts Center. So getting creative. We have a lot of great things coming up. And then we are excited to bring back our Cheers to the Arts series on April 16th, which will be Wine in the Woods. It'll be outside at Dog River Library. So you'll have wine tastings, you'll have art tastings, food tastings. And so it's a time. We had a huge success last year with it. So we're excited to bring that back this almost April already. Like the time goes.
It's April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just thinking, I'm like, we could go to Wine in the Woods, then take the book and go to games.
There you go.
Oh, Emily, you're not helping with the summertime fun body.
Hey,
I just
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
figure out the gym thing, okay?
Thank
Get
you.
that one week, okay?
That's awesome. All right. Well, that's great. And we do appreciate all the things that you guys are doing over there to promote arts in our community, but also just to promote a little fun and togetherness, and definitely with your spring break camps coming up. So definitely check out all the spring break camps that are going on at the CAC and at our parks. Between the two, there's something, you're going to find something that's your interest, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's cooking or theater, or I'm just going to go sign myself up for a couple of these kids' camps, I guess.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Well, we'll put in the show notes links to all the stuff that we've talked about for the CAC and the parks as well. But you can go to, again, artsdouglas.org and find all the information about the spring breaks camps, all the information about the Taste of Douglasville event, and how to pre-order your booklet.
Yep.
Go ahead and start eating. We're eating anyway. Just saying.
Yes.
True.
It's like throwing away money if you don't get one.
Exactly. It's true.
We were at Shane's yesterday. I could have been using the booklet. So, all right. Well, as we wrap up the show, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thanks again, Emily, for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Always love having you on here talking about the things that the Cultural Arts Council is doing in and around the community. And we'll have you back again because you guys are always doing new stuff. So, so thanks for joining us today. Thank you again to Allison and Hayley for joining us and talking about all of the upcoming events and news we got going on in the community as well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Go check out artsdouglas.org and find out more about the Cultural Arts Council. And until next time, everybody have a great week. We'll see you next time on Douglasville Impact. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.